Well, good Wednesday morning. It is Wednesday. It is August the 13th of 2025. Been a wet morning here in the city of Raleigh. Just got my load delivered. And I covered this section here of this was more or less the Archdale Baptist Church, the plan that God give us for this church and how this thing got going. I shared the first part of this back on May the 6th, so there is a video that attaches about 40 minutes through where I stopped and shared the 9 bullet points, if you will, of where we had gotten to in the last video there. Today I'm going to be sharing the foundational breakdown of the truth out of 1 Timothy chapter 3, verse 15. And from September the 14th, how the Lord worked through this of 2024, evaluating everything that I do as a person, and life is all about those adjustments. So I began that day to make those adjustments that would make us successful as a church. And then number 1, this was from doing all things without murmuring and complaining. It changes nothing. And the second thing from November the 2nd of 2024 was contentment. So as I was praying and working my way through these things, I would jot these things down and what the Lord was saying through the process of this. Number 3 from November the 3rd of 2024, Philippians 4:13. Everyone knows this verse. I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me. And so I just jotted that down, and I had made some comments, but I've marked out some of this as this process has evolved, if you will. And then number 5 from April the 26th of 2025, the desire of our heart being granted. The desire is intrinsically connected to living a healthy, long, abundant life where peace, joy like a river flows in and out of our lives. So it's intricately connected to these things today. Now, the church's vision and mission statement has come out of Mark 11:22, where Jesus says that if we believe that this mountain can be cast into that sea, and we have faith that we can see the vision become the mission of the church, and we are believing until we receive. We are having faith in God, not in what we think or see or hear to be true even, and not what someone else is saying about Archdale Baptist Full Gospel Church, but what faith we have in God. We don't stop believing. We refuse to stop believing, and we will believe until we hold it in our hands. That's from October the 20th of 2024. So this process has come through. There's 3 things here I listed from October the 27th of 2024 from Proverbs 4 verse 7. Wisdom is the principal thing, therefore get wisdom, and with all thy getting get understanding. From Warren Wiersbe, number 2 commentary, embrace wisdom and you will have security, honor, and beauty. Also from my Bible study, October the 27th, 2024 in Proverbs. And then number 3, the one that you love is the one who will control your life. So as I move along here, from May the 13th of 2024, I preached a message on now faith, and we know that this is the substance of those things hoped for. It is the evidence of those things not seen as yet. From October the 26th of 2024, those 2 things that we have not seen yet is our first visitor straight off the street. We've seen 23 people through the doors of Archdale Baptist Full Gospel Church as of today, August the 13th of 2025, and we are in the process. We are closer than we ever have been to obtaining our 501c3 nonprofit status, but we have not obtained that yet. But there are 11 points that I make on this Now Faith page, and they are beginning number 1 with our growth. Initially, we want to see 12 to 15 people attend regularly by September the 1st of 2027. I've made some adjustments on these dates here in the past, recent future. So we want to see in the first 3 years the growth go to 12 to 15 people. Number 2, we want to see financial sustainability within the church, where we see that the realistic goals of, where the offerings are presently, about $120 per week to meet the treasury of the church to supply our ministry partners. So that's realistic till the 3rd year, again, of September the 1st of 20 and 27. Obviously, we exist as a church to see people saved and born again, so we want to see salvation. Number 4, we want to see water baptism. We want to be able to schedule a water baptism and join up with Pastor Bruce Wood at Gospel Tabernacle, one of our ministry partners, by September the 1st of 20 and 27. So our 3rd year mark, we want to be able to schedule a baptism, and we want to see that this takes place by that 3rd year. We want to see, number 5, people baptized in the Holy Ghost. We are a charismatic, full gospel church, so we want to see that take place. Number 6, we want to see discipleship begin. Number 7, a children's church established. Number 8, we want to see leadership installation, a core group of 6 people to begin and to start. These are all future hopes, prayers, and seeing these things by faith. And then number 9, in 7 to 14 years, we want to establish Archdale Baptist Full Gospel Church 2. A building fund offering with a percentage of our weekly offerings going to this Archdale Baptist Full Gospel Church 2 church plan. And so 2044 to 2045, I'm going down the road a bit past our retirement date, building a church debt-free by year 28. That will be past our retirement date as we see things today. Obviously, the next 5 minutes aren't assured us in this life, but you got to plan. He who fails to plan, plans to fail. I seen that at Costco many years ago, and I got it on my word wall right in front of my desk in my bedroom. Number 11, and the last one on the Now Faith page, from April the 5th of 2025, we want to establish a highway and hedges bus ministry based on Luke 14:23, where he said, go out into the highways and the hedges and compel them to come in. So that is the desire of our heart, and the Lord knows those things are near and dear to our heart. Now the next page is prayers answered. So May the 13th of 20 and 24 is when this page began. So the answer cometh. While we are praying, God is sending the answer. Number 1 on this page, from August the 19th of 20 and 24, almost a year ago, Luke 18 verse 1 says, men ought always to pray and not to faint. So we are not to quit. We are not to give up. And that is the key to praying till the answer cometh, that God sendeth the answer. So the second one on this page is from August the 20th of 20 and 24, from Luke 19:46. It is written, my house is the house of prayer for all people. Those who will reverence God's sanctuary is what I've added to that there, and I've highlighted it. So number 3, November the 23rd of 2024, Hebrews 6:15. And so after he had patiently endured, he obtained the promise. Number 4, from August the 10th of 20 and 25, from 1 John 5:14, and this is the confidence that we have in him, that is, if we ask anything according to his will, he heareth us. And then it goes on for number 5, from August the 10th, 2025, 1 John 5:15. If we know that he hears us, whatsoever we ask, we know that we have the petitions that we desired of him. So that is the answer cometh, and that is all about that page of our prayers being answered. Now, I'm going to end with this here, and then I'm going to pick up with the greatest challenges that we are facing to date from May the 20th. So I'm going to end this video at about 10 minutes here. This is going to be section number 2 that I've covered today here on August the 13th, and then I'm going to try to cover the rest of this as God allows us to, and get this entirety on film, so that the history of the church one day, we'll be able to look back at these videos and understand these things as God is still firming these things within us, but we want to keep church simple at Archdale Baptist Church. This is what the whole church has been established. We've got 3 goals at the church: to see people's lives delivered and set free. We want to see people born again by God's grace and saved. We want to see that the giving goes back out the doors, and the giving is not focused inside the church. We want to see that through our ministry partners. God is going to add a 4th ministry partner for 2026. And then we want to see that people are held accountable to God's Word. That means they're living by faith, they're growing in their relationship with Jesus Christ, and you're holding people accountable for their relationship to God, holding one another accountable. We expect the same from them for our own lives. But today, Pastor Robbie George coming to you from Raleigh, North Carolina on this wet Wednesday morning, August the 13th. That is section 2 of the Archdale Baptist Full Gospel Church plan that the Lord has had us working on since this began on November the 29th of 2023. So we are coming upon 3 years when this all got started, and God has wondrously worked in my life through this. And there was just 7 points, and I want to finish with those 7 points again. The number 1 goal in all of this was doing all things without murmuring and disputing. That's a problem I have, so that is where the Lord started, right where we were. Number 2, this was, I've learned in whatsoever state I am therewith to be content. That's another issue that I struggle with, so I started with the contentment. And then number 3, I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. So that is goal number 3. Goal number 4 was take heed to the ministry which thou hast received in the Lord, that thou fulfill it. That was December the 1st of 2023. I was struggling in the pastor position I was at that time at Gravel Hill Baptist Church. And so this is where these things began to take place. And then from December the 5th of 2023, but as we were allowed of God to be put in trust with the gospel, and that was way back on October the 21st of 2013. So that was goal number 4, fulfilling the ministry that God has entrusted us with. So goal number 5, from December the 9th of 2023, Proverbs 10:24, but the desire of the righteous shall be granted. So this was God's promise then for 2024, and how the promise is connected to the provision. So December the 24th, Christmas Eve of 2023, Proverbs 10:24 again, the desire of the righteous shall be granted. God give us these scriptures that this church is based upon out of Psalms 37, verse 4. It's been my life verse through verse 9. Delight thyself also in the Lord, and he shall give thee the desires of thy heart. He has done that for me. And goal number 5 is discovering our desires. So also that goes along with number 5, March the 9th of 2024, from Jeremiah 33 verse 6, behold, I will bring it health and cure, and I will cure them, and I will reveal unto them the abundance of peace and truth. And then right along with number 5, out of from November the 30th of 2023, Exodus 23:25, and you shall serve the Lord your God, and he shall bless thy bread and thy water, and I will take sickness away from the midst of thee. So this was God's blessing of health and wholeness, and the provision for that in 2024. Now at the top of this next page here, it said navigation of the pitfalls, the landmines, and the detours that the enemy puts in the way of a determined saint of God. So this was navigating 2024. So these 7 goals that I had going into 2024 is how this whole Archdale Baptist church plan came into effect. So number 6, from January the 14th, Jaden's birthday of 2024. So he turned 16 that day. Everything depends on wisdom. This key basic truth will revolutionize my life. To begin again today and to operate in this manner, it will change me positively. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Do not speak, act, react, respond, or move a tongue or a foot or an eyelash without thinking, what does wisdom say here? And goal number 7 was evaluating everything that I do as a person. So those were the 7 goals that we began this book with. And then from that, God begins to get into the desires of my heart. And I've shared that in the last video. But as we go forward in this is just section 2, and I've shared with you the foundational breakdown of the truth today, the vision's mission and vision statement, believing until we receive, having faith in not what we see, but in what we know to be true today, that God is faithful. And we will have those eyes of faith, and we will live now faith out. As we see God bring these things to pass in Archdale Baptist Full Gospel Church. And then while we are praying, God is sending the answer. So the answer cometh. The next section that we will cover is the Archdale Baptist Full Gospel Church's greatest challenges to date. And so we will go through them. And there are 14 items that are on that list. So these are sections, each one of these that I'm sharing with you today. I may have not been able to communicate them as well as I wanted to, but I just wanted to share my heart with you and how the church plan came into being, and as God is still working these things out day by day. But Pastor Robbie George, Archdale Baptist Full Gospel Church, coming to you from the city of Raleigh, and we're going to be rolling westbound towards the house at this time. God bless you.